And inflation is not the only thing that's cooling. Our temperatures are also cooling.
Good one.
Thank you. I was trying to see how I can relate inflation to the weather.
Well, there you go. Good
We'll
job.
see. Thank you very much. And it's cooling down so much, we will see some snow flurries tomorrow, but not a ton.
Correct, and it's not going to be a major winter storm we're going to be dealing with either, but we're going to see more light rain showers first before we see any of that transition over to snow. And the timing of that snow has changed a little bit as well. Here's Max HD radar. We're seeing a slightly growing area of some light rain over the Evansville region, and that's starting to make its way into some of our southwestern counties, towards our southwestern counties. But a broader view back to our west shows the center of this storm, a fairly old storm system by weather standards here, in central Missouri. It's brought some light snow to St. Louis and some rain snow mix there. But you can see how this storm is rotating. We're going to get these bands of light rain first, then we'll dry out, and then we'll see some snow wrap around on the backside of that, most likely on late Thursday night and early Friday morning. So something your weather app won't tell you as we look outside of the U of L clock tower is that accumulations are going to be unlikely for most of us. And if you do see anything accumulate, probably on grassy and elevated surfaces and also probably on the lower end. But our weather pattern is also going to be turning colder as we end this year and start next year. So we've been very warm by December standards, but that is going to be changing as well. Here's a look at Futurecast showing some of those light rain showers. I think we'll see them rotate into our area a little bit before 2 o'clock, but by tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. we notice this little arc of some of those light rain showers north of I-64, and then most of the day looking relatively uneventful and staying on the chilly side. Our temperatures probably in the upper 30s to the low 40s. If we see any sunshine, we'll easily be able to crack that 40-degree mark. But here's some of that heavier snow in eastern Illinois and western Indiana. Now watch as it rotates kind of around a lot of our viewing area, leaving Louisville sort of on the eastern edge of this. If you live along the I-71 corridor or kind of east along I-64, you are probably going to see the least amount of snow out of anybody. And even though it looks fairly impressive here on Futurecast with those darker blues, notice that our air temperatures are still above freezing. So that's going to work against any snow accumulating in addition to how warm our ground is. Road temperatures are currently at about 50 degrees and they'll remain that way for a little while, so it's unlikely we would see any significant road impacts. But throughout the afternoon on Friday, perhaps seeing some isolated snow showers or a couple of light flurries across the area. That could also continue overnight Friday into early Saturday morning. So as for those snowfall totals, it's not going to be too much for us. Maybe 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch. Perhaps a little bit more for our far western communities such as Jasper and Tell City, where you could see a little bit more. But again, the ground is so warm that a lot of that snow is going to have a hard time actually sticking. And if it does, again, grassy and elevated surfaces most likely. Currently still at 51 degrees at Ali International Airport. We're sitting in the 40s elsewhere. Our hometown forecast for tomorrow, those high temperatures are much colder in the upper 30s to the low 40s. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, New Year's Eve looking pretty good for us, partly sunny, middle 40s. New Year's Day, not too bad either, at least when it comes to anything falling out of the sky. Maybe a couple of showers, but it will be colder, only 41 there. And then sunny skies for the first few days of the new year.
Thank you, Alden. We have some